Good morning, everyone, and today we are together. Welcome. I'm Lori Lamantia, and I'm here with the wonderful Trisha Fisk.
Morning, everybody.
And our topic today is spaciousness. We're here in going into the dark as the year comes to a close, and it's the time where we get to really marinate and incubate in this darkness, in the void. And so today we're going to talk about the gifts of the void, which is space, spaciousness, emptiness. And Trisha has been doing a meditation, so I'm going to turn it over to Trisha right now to let her really introduce what she's been feeling around spaciousness and the generosity and the abundance of spaciousness.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'm doing this meditation practice with Rod Stryker on luminous coherence. And
I
we
love that
do a,
word, luminous
yeah,
coherence.
I know it's beautiful. And there's different stages. And we're on stage 3, which was just introduced on Saturday. So it's a newer one. And it's inviting in, like, first we do our pranayama to get our mind focused, and then we go to um, this kriya of watching brain centers on just naturally on the breath, not directing it. And then he'll ask a question inviting something to come in, and of course not specifically, and you kind of hang in that space and wait to see what shows up for you. Maybe a wounding that hasn't been healed yet, or a joyful memory, something anyway. This space is, it's just so vast, and the message that keeps being repeated in this is to just sit with whatever comes up. Just sit in this luminous space and don't jump into anything. If feelings come up, feel them. Um, if a memory comes up, let it come up. If a word, whatever it is, just be effortless and surrender and let it come. And I know years ago I remember doing a Buddhist meditation for anger, and forgive me, I can't remember the name of it, but it's where specifically you go into a meditative state and you invite anger to come in, but you just hold this spaciousness with it and let it come in, and don't judge it or try to pin it to anyone or anything in particular. You just let yourself feel anger, and see what happens with it. So it's kind of along those lines, only it isn't specifically anything other than what comes up for us while we're in this luminous space, this place of spaciousness. And I have had some old memories of very painful stuff come up, but I've been very okay with just sitting there in that space and watching it come in and waiting to see how it plays out. It's really beautiful and fascinating. Um, I have a son, and his father and I are divorced and have been for a very long time. And it was my granddaughter's birthday, and so all the family was together. And so even though I've done, like we always talk about this, I've done so much work.
Mm,
I've been in
mm,
therapy, and I've done right
mm,
all these forgiveness meditations and stuff like that. But because he was there and I saw him when I went into this very luminous space, some very painful memories came up. But again, they were okay. They were okay. And then I shared this with you, Lori, and I think I'm going to share it too. Is the only thing that triggered me was someone who had just met him for the first time said that my son looked just like his dad. And that
mhm.
triggered me, like, he does not, he looks like me. Which
Right?
is so funny, and such a, right, such a small little thing. It was kind of, I get
I love, and I said this to you when you had said it.
it.
I love the human moment, and I think
Right.
that's what we're always talking about here is, we have these big moments which are luminous and expansive and spacious, and we remember what it's like to feel that a trickle of the divine, and then whoop swoops in,
I know.
Trisha and little Lori. What do you mean? He's just
Right.
like me. Yeah, no,
Right.
I love that it all can coexist at the same time. Um,
Exactly. And that's part of this meditation too, is letting it coexist. Let it coexist because that's what it's like out there in life. You're not
right.
going to escape from what's happening,
No.
right? You're not
No.
going to escape from it. So, right, hold this spaciousness for all of it and wait and see what surprises you, what brings you joy, what brings you say, just let yourself feel all of it, right?
Right. I love too, though, you've been doing this meditation for 3 weeks and, cultivating spaciousness before the invitation was made. And I do think, and I don't know that we have to quote unquote cultivate spaciousness. But I do think we do. Let me restate that. I think the intention to, and that's what this fall, I've been doing something similar with Archangel Raphael, where we're cultivating the womb space, which is emptiness, which is
Mm,
void, which is blackness. And that's why fall in this time between now and the winter solstice is so powerful. And of course, I don't like it. I like summer, I like spring, I like birth, but kind of making room in the womb, for lack of a better
right.
word, that there is something about slowing down, about going into the darkness, about preparing and making this nothingness within ourselves available so that we are available. And and that's what I keep feeling is that as we clear out or release, or I don't even want to make it that much work. It's just the in between. I keep feeling like it's in between all the things we're doing as humans, there's a holding space.
Exactly, because even as we're sitting in this space and inviting whatever comes up to come up, we're not trying to fix it.
No, no,
We're
no.
just trying to allow it, be with it, and then see what happens next, kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And you might be really, really surprised what happens next. But unless you're making space for, and I love that, you prepared, you did the pranayama, you've been watching the mind, you've been quieting and quieting. You've been doing this meditation for, I don't know, 30 days or 15 days now. I mean, it's a 40-day program, right?
Right, right. Although it'll extend way past that because I'm finding, again, the more I do it, the more I'm just this unfoldment is happening that I'm just so curious about.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
I wanna stay with it and continue to see how it unfolds, what unfolds. Yeah.
I've been surprised too, like with the spaciousness, because this morning I was like, I want to really, when I feel spacious, I feel expanded. And I kind of invite everybody listening to really spend some time feeling what spaciousness feels like. Because, and again, I think we're, oh, I'll clear my decks and then I'll feel spacious. But I I really think when we slow down, which is another benefit of the darkness and the void, when we slow down, we start to feel the grace, feel the abundance. I mean, it just comes to us. We don't have to go grabbing for it. When we're in that spacious place, we start to notice the beauty. You start to
Mm.
notice things in a different way. And I think that's the gift of spaciousness. There's so many gifts in spaciousness when we give ourselves the gift of space. I know
Right.
I'm like
And
overlapping words and stuff here, but it's integrative.
yes, that's a great word for it because it's like this acceptance of everything that is, right? It's one of the things that Rod keeps saying is it's not transcendence. We're not transcending what's happening. We're finding samadhi.
Mm,
So we're finding, if you will, and this is my word, peace within all of this.
hmm
And
hmm
part of it is realizing the transient nature of everything, which is
hmm
hard for us as people who like to control stuff. It's hard for
And
us to
fix stuff, right? Yeah, right,
right, fix it. Yeah,
right.
control it, fix it. Um,
Seek for it.
Everything's
Yeah,
transient, and I think that's a hard concept for us to accept
right,
that things are transient and we can't hold on to something and keep it the
right.
same.
But that's the great gift of life, right? I think that's why we come here, to be honest, to Earth, because when we're in that unformed, perfect flow state, we don't get the slowness to watch the unfoldment. It's just instantaneous. There's no time, so everything's instantaneous. Here we get, you know, I think it's that poem that you said, we welcome it all. It comes to us, the good and the bad, the up and the down. And we get to witness it all. And when we're not judging, the witness says, oh, that too is part of the slowing down of the experience. We come for the experience, not for the doing and the doning. We're here for the all of it.
Right. And one of the things too that's really important to remember is if we close ourselves off to any part of the full experience, like I want to maintain control, I don't want to have pain, I don't want
hmm hmm
uncertainty, we close ourselves off to everything. If I'm not open to the full experience, then I'm not going to fully experience the things I want, like
Right.
happiness and joy. I'm closing
Ah,
myself
right.
off to those too,
So
right?
brilliant. Totally. Yes. And because I even said to my Dr. Carrie, I'm like, I don't want to do this. It's too hard. And she's like, well, I'm like, I don't want to open up to the pain. I don't want to see the pain. And she's like, well, that means you don't get to experience the full beauty of it too. So absolutely. And I think like you were experiencing with, over the weekend, you got to see an old thing come up, but you saw it. You didn't get attached to it. You didn't try and fix it. You didn't get caught up in the drama of it. You saw it and it flowed through you. And I think that's an efficiency of spaciousness. When you have spaciousness, you don't waste a lot of time getting attached into the drama. It flows past.
Right. I actually was entertained by it.
There you go,
I
right?
thought it was
Right.
kind of funny. Um, so yes, it does. It open spaciousness. Right. It's opening. It's an opening and an invitation.
Right. And like you said, one of the things you said, it's an allowing of the things that do come up. They do come up,
Right.
and they unexpectedly. You didn't expect, because you said I hadn't seen Tom, I didn't think about him for years. He's just there as a part of the past. For him to it come up and be pinged, that was a surprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the other thing I've been feeling in the grace of spaciousness is the availability of myself. I
Mm.
spend so much time trying to manage my life and manage experience and consciously create, like we were talking about, that sometimes I don't make myself available to the magic. And the spaciousness has been making me available, more available in ways that I didn't expect. You know, and it's making me more. I think this is what spaciousness is, why it's such a part of everyday prosperity and abundance. Because if you're so busy being busy, You're not available to all
Mm-hmm.
the abundance, to the things that have been dancing around you and sharing with you. So there's not only the clearing of the things that you didn't expect, but there's also, like you said, the wonder of the things you weren't even noticing.
That's right. Yeah, it's really life changing.
It is, and it's worth considering, and that's why we wanted to talk about
Yes.
it. Because
Yes.
when we're on the everyday abundance and prosperity path, spaciousness, and of course this time that we're in the middle of, the going into the dark, is such a benefit and a gift and worth putting some intention, energy, and focus on. And not focus as I'm gonna, but clear out some space, when it is
Hmm.
dark, and let
Right.
yourself have, instead of going on we've been talking about meditation, but taking that time to do a pranayama, even if it's 3 minutes of alternate nostril breathing or whatever.
Right. Whatever it is. I know when I first started meditating, I always meditated in the morning. Um, and because of my schedule right now, fall is always my busiest time. I'm not able to sit and meditate till I get home from work. And,
Mm.
that could be like 5 o'clock, and I'm hungry and I'm tired. And my first reaction was, oh, this isn't going to work. And I'm going to, being all
Not
crabby
gonna
about
happen.
it.
I'll never get there. It's
Right,
6 o'clock.
right. I'll
I'm gonna
never
fall
be
asleep.
quiet. Right. My mind will never shut off. And I found exactly the opposite. I
Hmm.
mean, and not
Hmm.
that every time I have this perfect, in quotes, experience, but it's served to be a good break from, okay, I'm my head spinning from my work and talking so much and all that stuff. And now I get to be quiet, and then I settle into my evening. So
Hmm.
it's turned
Hmm.
out to be
Hmm.
just fine. And see, that was another thing. I was just so sure that, that it wasn't going to work.
Hmm.
Um, so, right, just
When you were
allowing.
Yeah, when you were talking it, I was thinking, because one of the things about the work that I've been doing lately is the darkness is the womb space. That's the feminine energy. The doing
Mm.
is the masculine energy, the summer, but now we're in this womb space, which is the feminine, the mother energy, the creation energy. And it's funny how we resist that quiet and slowing down and spaciousness because it's in the void, it's in the space. That's the mother energy, and when you were talking like that, I was like, oh, because I am so doing, the masculine side of me takes over, and the mother side, the feminine side, kind of gets, pushed to the side over and over. And this is really an opportunity and I know that probably sounds obvious to the listeners, like, duh, Lord, nice light bulb that just went off in your little head. But, truly, reconnecting with the feminine, the divine goddess within us that is, inside of the spaciousness is what I think is calling out to us, not what we're being called. It's calling us. It wants us. It wants this reunion and continuous un uncut connection, the juicy birthing and the juicy womb and the juicy nurturance that is the feminine goddess that is us.
Right, that nurturing side. Right. Um, I know last night one of my friends started sending me, she was outside walking her dog for her dog's last walk, and she was seeing the Northern Lights
Hmm.
here
Hmm.
in Naperville.
Yeah,
Right. It was
right.
just, yeah, she sent pictures. It was just amazing. I mean, there is all this beauty going on all
Right.
around us. Unex
Well, interestingly enough, I was talking, I don't, I don't know if people have heard about this AI atlas, but it was passing by the sun. And when it passed by the sun it's the love that the AI Atlas is projecting through the sun to get the solar flares to us. It's love. It's it's the goddess sending love squirts is what it felt like to me when they said it. I'm like, woohoo, yeah, so and it's showing up in the night sky so you could see the goddess energy. So, yeah, beauty, the mother, that feminine energy is coming to us, in
Right. And
real active
if
ways.
right, tonight's supposed to be clear. So if you're interested, it's there's still supposed to be visible tonight for
Yeah,
anybody who wants to stick their head out the window
right.
and take a look, right?
Right. Yeah. And remember, it's not just light, it's abundance. It's so much generosity that I think sometimes that we don't notice because we are too busy. And in those generous moments, we reconnect with the truth of who and what we are a part of.
Again, it's this spaciousness, right?
Yeah.
It's not just
Mhm.
I, I am this, I am that. It's right.
Us. Yeah, the
Yeah.
togetherness. Right. So I feel like, the invitation is to give yourself that gift again of spaciousness and non-doing in the darkness, in the void, so that you have a felt sense of it, and it brings you the gifts and the wisdoms and the unexpected knowings, and then let it flow through you.
Hmm. Right. And just yeah, no expectations, just interest. Just watch.
Yeah, curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Not that, or
Right.
and then let
Right.
it flow through. Let the spaciousness create the efficient clearing or whatever it is.
Whatever it is that supports you right now, right?
Yeah.
Don't even have an expectation of what that is.
No,
Let
no.
it
Just
be
be
what it
available.
yes, yes, and let it be what it
Available.
is,
Yes.
available.
Yes. So have a great week, everyone, and give yourself the gift of felt sense spaciousness. I think you're going to be surprised by what it reveals.
Bye, everybody.
Namaste.